What's up guys, it's Eric McAvoy here with your Road to Financial Freedom, and today's video we're going to talk about what happens when you fall off track with your savings goals and how to get right back on course. I'm sure many of you guys are familiar being in a situation where you slowly start to notice your spending's getting a little bit higher, your monthly credit card bill might be a little bit more, you had one or two more meals out than you usually do, and ever so slowly you see your savings account either dwindling or not progressing as you know it should. I know I've been there, I was there a couple months ago, and I've recently really made a point to get back on track. So I really want to go over how to get back on track, how to ensure that your savings will be going where you need them to go in order to get them where you want to go. So with that, let's get started. First off, step number one, don't beat yourself up, okay? It happens to everybody. Everybody slowly starts to spend a little bit more here, a little bit more there. They want one more pair of shoes, one more dinner out, whatever it may be. And it's easy to get kind of, into that lifestyle, especially if you're saving such a high percentage of your income. It's easy to tell yourself, be like, I could splurge a little bit, I could treat myself, or I've earned this and whatnot. And while there are cases where that's true, we really do want to focus on saving as much money as we can without hindering our lifestyle too much in order to achieve the financial independence that we all desire so greatly. So step number one, don't beat yourself up about it. Happens to the best of us, and we just gotta get back on track. Step number two, in this step, what I want you guys to do is identify what caused you to slowly increase your spending so much. Was it a new relationship? Was it a new job? Was it a new social circle? And in each of those things, there are certain expectations that you feel that you need to meet in order to fit in with that group. So with that, it's totally understandable. A new job, you want to drive a nicer car, or you want to impress your coworkers by going out to dinner with them or whatnot. And I understand at the beginning, but do your best to try and identify what specific thing caused that, rein it back in, bring your spending back to where it was, and just let them know that, it's not in the budget right now, you're saving up for something big, you're doing a challenge. That one usually works with a lot. I don't know why, but when you tell someone you're doing a challenge, they're like, oh, okay, I respect that. So that's just another little quick tip that helps when talking about saving money with people. Alrighty, so for step number three, I want you guys to put together a plan to slowly bring your spending back to where we both know it should be. What I don't want you to do is try and do a complete 180 overnight, try and eliminate all these habits that you slowly built up, and then try and just go cold turkey on everything, because you and I both know that if you try that, it might work for a couple weeks, but then you're going to slowly slip back into these old habits, because willpower is very limited. So rather, take a look at the excess spending that you have. Maybe it's dining out, maybe it's new pair of shoes here and there, maybe it's extra shopping, what have you. Look at that and say, okay, I'm going to eliminate this one spending category. So maybe it's dining out. If you caught yourself going out to dinner, 8 to 12 times a month, like 2 to 3 times per week, say, okay, I'm going to rein that in. I'm going to allow myself 1 time per month or 2 times per month or what have you, and let the other habits sit. And so just work on bringing that one back to a reasonable place. And then once you've tackled that, that's a habit, then start tackling the next one and slowly tackle one by one to then rebuild the habits and the lifestyle that you had before your spending kind of crept up and got out of hand. So now that your plan's in place, you should be slowly bringing your spending back down, getting back on track towards your financial freedom goals. And take a look, revisit your why. If you don't have a vision board set up, make sure you look at that. If you haven't watched the video on defining your why, that'll be in the show notes above, so be sure to go watch that video and why it's so important to have one. But if you find that you're struggling a little bit, one method that you can try is the envelope method. Personally, I don't really do this, mainly because I don't like cash. But if you find yourself really struggling to rein your spending back in, the envelope method is essentially taking how much you're going to allow yourself to spend every month, take that money out in cash, divide it up into the categories, so grocery bills, dining out, clothes, food, whatever it may be, and then allot that amount of cash to that thing. But once the cash is gone, you can't go out to dinner again. What you can do is, if you really want to go to dinner and you still have money left in your shopping category, you can take the money out of that envelope and put it in your dining out, but you're not allowed to replenish the shopping one from your savings or what have you. Something I've found that works a little better for me is just set up a separate checking account with a separate debit card and put in your monthly spending amount of money in that one, and then just use your debit card for all of your regular purchases, and just understand that once that money's gone, you cannot spend any more money that month. That's kind of an extreme method, but if you need that kind of accountability and you need to really hold yourself to it, I would highly recommend that, just to really re-ingrain those habits back in your life so that moving forward, you don't have to be quite as strict because you're just used to spending that way. And guys, now that we're back on track with saving through either the envelope method or the plan that we talked about and slowly reining things back in, and you want to start saving a little bit more money, don't forget to go check out the video listed above on how to save your first $1,000. In that video, I talk about a couple cool tips and tricks on how to save money more efficiently. A lot of things some people may not have thought about prior, so go check that video if you have not. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button, comment down below, let me know what you thought, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.